Dear lovelies, today I am gonna tell you a very interesting story about two kids, and they are actually siblings. The elder one is called Maya, and the younger one is Nishad. And these two kids they intend to be a good expert detectives in future, and they are trying to uh, do the same even in their childhood days. And they are now worried about a person called Mr. Nath. And in your MCB textbook, you can see a lesson called Expert Detectives. And this lesson is all about these incidents what happened with Maya, Nishad, and Mr. Nath. And it is a very interesting short story written by Sharada Divedi. This is the image of Sharada Divedi, and she was a Mumbai based author, historian, and researcher. She wrote several books on history and culture of both India and Mumbai. And her most famous works are Mumbai, The Cities Within, and Almond Eyes, Lotus Feet. These are the two important works of Sharada Divedi. Now we can go to the lesson in detail. Nishad, a boy of 7, also called 7 because his name means a seventh note on the musical scale. And his 10-year-old sister Maya are very curious about one Mr. Nath. Then one day the children's marble rolls into Mr. Nath's room and Nishad gets a chance to see him. Is he a crook on the run? Why is his face badly scarred? Why he has no friends? Nishad's mother, a doctor, knows Mr. Nath as a patient who is very polite. So here we can see the major characters of this lesson are Nishad and Maya. Nishad is a boy who is a 7-year-old, and Maya is a girl, and she is 10-year-old. Okay. Then one day they were playing with a marble. And one more thing, Nishad is also called as 7. In the lesson, we can see somewhere he has been called as 7 because Nishad means the seventh note on the musical scale. So instead of Nishad, you can see somewhere Maya is calling him 7. Okay. So one day what happened, 7 and Maya, they were playing with a marble and the marble just rolled into Mr. Nath's room. And Nishad or 7, he got a chance to see Mr. Nath. And from that moment, they are having some questions in their mind. Whether he is a crook means a criminal. Whether Mr. Nath is a crook who escaped from the police, why he got many scars on his face, how he got many scars on his face, and why he is not having any friends. And we can see Nisha's mother is a doctor and Mr. Nath is a patient to her. And for Nisha's mother, Mr. Nath is a very polite person. The lesson in detail. Expert detectives. As we walked back towards the clinic, 7 said, "He doesn't look anything like a monster, Maya. But did you see how thin he is? Maybe he is very poor and can't afford to eat." "He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run," I told him. "He's probably got millions of rupees stashed away somewhere in that room." So now we can see the major characters of this lesson. They are Maya and 7 or Nishad. So their mother was a doctor and they were just coming back from her clinic. And on the way, 7 said to Maya that I don't guess that he is a monster. Means who is a monster? Mr. Nath is a monster. Monster means a devil. And I am worried about his attire, about his physical appearance, how thin he is. He is very thin and he is looking very poor, and I guess he can't afford to eat something. He is not having money to eat. Then what is the reply given by Maya? "He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run. I told him he's probably got millions of rupees stashed away somewhere in that room." And Maya guessed that Mr. Nath can be a criminal who ran away from the police, and he might have hidden millions of rupees in his room. "Do you really think he is a criminal, Maya?" "He doesn't look like one." Nishad looked doubtful. "Of course he is 1 7, I said. And he certainly isn't starving. Mr. Mehta told us that Ramesh brings his meals up from the restaurant downstairs. So Nishad thought that he is a very poor person and he is not even having money to buy food. But what is the opinion given by Maya? For Maya, Mr. Nath is a total criminal. He is a very atrocious criminal, and she wants to clear that he is not starving. Mr. Nath is not starving. And we came to know this thing from Mr. Mehta that Ramesh, a person who is working in a restaurant, he used to bring meals for Mr. Nath. So he is not at all starving. But Maya, Mr. Mehta told us he doesn't work anywhere. So how can he possibly have money to pay for food? Nishad said. So Maya just made her statement that Mr. Nath is getting food from a restaurant and Ramesh used to bring that. And now Nishad is clearing that he is not working anywhere. Mr. Mehta told that he is not working anywhere and how he will get money to pay for his food. Exactly, I exclaimed. He must have lots of money hidden somewhere, maybe in the trunk in his room. It is probably full of silver and gold and jewels and... What rubbish? Nishad interrupted. So, now Nishad told to Maya that Mr. Nath is not working anywhere, so he can't afford the food from a restaurant. Then Maya is very happy because exactly the correct point you are telling. If he is not having money, how he will be able to buy food? That is why I am telling that in his room there is a trunk, and in that trunk it is full of silver, gold and jewels. And hearing that, Nishad got exhausted and he is telling, what rubbish, what foolishness are you telling? I know I am right, stupid, I told him. By the way, Seven, did you see his scars? I couldn't. It was too dark, but I bet he got them during a shootout with the police or something. Mummy told us quite clearly they were burn scars, Nishad said firmly. So again, Maya is trying to prove that Mr. Nath is a criminal, and she told, have you seen the scars on his face? The marks on his face. And do you seen it properly? I haven't seen it properly, but I guess the scars are due to the shootout. He might have got a bullet from the police or somewhere else, or from something from some any other criminals. And now again Nishad got irritated hearing the viewpoints of Maya, and he interrupted and told, Mummy told us that it is a burning scar. It is a burn scar. It is not a bullet scar. It is a burn scar. Perhaps the police had to set his house on fire to force him out, I suggested. Seven looked unsure. So again, Maya is trying to make her point very clear that maybe he got the burn scars only because the police had set fire on his home. Then only he will be coming out, so that he might have got this scars. On the Monday following Mama's birthday, Seven went along with her to the clinic at Gurgaon as I was spending the evening with a school friend. When they returned, Nisha told me he had been to see Mr. Nath, and I felt most annoyed that I hadn't been there. Seven had been quite upset about Mr. Nath's gaunt appearance and was sure that he was starving. He told me that he had knocked loudly on Mr. Nath's door that evening and said, "Open the door quickly, Mr. Nath." The man had opened it and asked him, "Lost another marble?" So, the next Monday, what happened? That was their mother's birthday, Mama's birthday, and on that day, Seven has gone along with Mama to her clinic at Gurgaon, and by the time Maya was playing with her school friend, okay. And when they returned, when mother and Nishad came back, Nishad told her that today he felt most annoyed. Today he had gone to see Mr. Nath, and Maya was so much annoyed hearing this one because she also wants to meet Mr. Nath. Seven had been quite upset about Mr. Nath's gaunt appearance. Gaunt appearance means sickly appearance. He was looking so tired. He was looking like a sick person, and was sure that he was starving. And Nishad is very sure that he is looking sickly because he is starving. He is not getting adequate food. He told me that he had knocked loudly on Mr. Nath's door that evening and said, "Open the door quickly, Mr. Nath." So, what Nishad has done over there, he just knocked on the door of Mr. Nath's house and he just told, "Open the door quickly." And the man came and opened the door and asked him, "Have you lost another marble?" He had obviously recognized my brother. "No," said Nishad. He had taken the man's hand in his own and thrust a bar of chocolate into it. "Did you get a chance to peek into the trunk?" "Seven," I asked. Nishad looked disappointed. "He didn't even ask me in," he said. Then he smiled, "But I did find out something, Maya. I went down to the restaurant where Ramesh works and talked to him." "Good for you, Mr. Detective," I said, patting him on the back. "I hope you questioned him properly." Seven looked pleased. "Ramesh told me that he takes 2 meals from Mr. Nath every morning and evening and 2 cups of tea, one in the morning and one in the evening." So now Nishad is explaining about the meeting with Mr. Nath. So now Mr. Nath just asked to Nishad, "Have you lost another marble?" Because that was the first incident when they met Mr. Nath. When their marble has rolled into his house, that time only they have met him. Okay, so this time he thought again they might have lost it. But instead of giving the marbles, because he hasn't lost the marble and he has given him a bar of chocolate. And Maya is worried about the trunk in the room of Mr. Nath, and she is asking, "Have you just peeked into the trunk? Have you just looked secretly into the trunk?" And what Nisha told, "No, I haven't got a chance because he hasn't even asked me to enter his home. So how will I see that? But I have done something else. What I have done, I went to meet Mr. Ramesh, who is working in the restaurant, and I talked with him." Hearing that, Maya was feeling better and she just appreciated Seven for his wisdom, and she told, "Yeah, you have done nicely, Mr. Detective, and I guess you have questioned him properly." Seven was looking pleased and he told, "Yes, I asked Ramesh and he told me that he used to bring 2 meals of Mr. Nath, that is during evening and morning, and just 2 cups of tea, that is also during evening and morning." Sorry, Ramesh used to bring a cup of tea during morning and in afternoon. Okay. Ramesh says he is not very particular about what he eats. It is always the same food: 2 chapatis, some dal, and a vegetable. Mr. Nath pays cash and tips well. So again, Nishad is telling about the information given by Ramesh, and Ramesh told Mr. Nath is not very particular about the meals. He doesn't want any delicious food. He just wants something to live, and merely he used to take 2 chapatis and some dal and some vegetables, and he used to pay the cash and tips very well. Ramesh told me something very strange, Maya, Seven added. Almost every Sunday he carries 2 lunches to Mr. Nath's room, and the same man is with him each time. He is tall, fair, stout, and wears spectacles. Ramesh says his visitor talks a lot, unlike Mr. Nath, who hardly speaks. So this is a very informative information given by Ramesh, and what he has told to Seven. On every Sundays, Mr. Nath is having a guest. Okay, and during Sundays he used to carry 2 lunches to Mr. Nath's room, and there he used to see the same man. And he is a very tall, fair, and a stout man, and wearing a pair of spectacles. And the visitor, the guest, used to speak a lot, while Mr. Nath hardly speaks a word. "Well done, Nishad," I told him. "Now that we have made some progress with our inquiries, we will have to sort out all the facts like expert detectives so we can trap the crook." So Maya is very much delighted to hear all the information given by Seven, and she just appreciated him that you have done a good job and we should progress like this, then only we can easily capture the criminal. "How you do go on, Maya?" Seven sighed. "How can you possibly imagine he is a crook? He looks so ordinary." So Nishad is totally frustrated hearing the word criminal. When Maya is comparing Mr. Nad as a criminal, Nishad is totally frustrated. He doesn't feels like Mr. Nad is a criminal. And he is asking Maya, why you are calling him a criminal? He looks like a very common man. Criminals can look quite ordinary, smarty, I retorted. Did you see the picture of the Hyderabadi housebreaker in the papers yesterday? He looked like any man on the street. Nishad looked doubtful. So, Maya is just protesting against this. She is telling that every criminal day looks like a common man. And have you seen the picture of Hyderabadi housebreaker in the last day's newspaper? And isn't he looking like a common man? And Nishad was totally doubtful hearing the views given by Maya. Now we can see what happened in the very next day. So next day they are gonna to go to the school after the summer holidays. Okay, that is a backdrop. The monsoons broke the next day. Dark clouds accompanied by blinding flashes of lightning and roaring rolls of thunder burst with all their fury, flooding the streets with a heavy downpour. School was to have reopened after the summer holidays, but no traffic could move through the flooded roads, and there was an unexpected holiday. I thought I would spend the time usefully. I sat at my desk in our bedroom with a sheet of paper before me. So now, here the story is being told by Maya. Indirectly, you have to think that Sharada Divedi is actually Maya, okay? And it is being written in that form. Actually, Maya is the speaker and she is telling what happened in the first day of their reopening day. Okay? That day it started heavily raining. It was the road was flooded with water and they got an unexpected holiday. And she decided that she will use this time wisely and she just sat in she just sat at their desk in their bedroom and with a sheet of paper in front of her. So this is all about part 1 and I hope you understood the part 1 completely. Thank you.